You don't wake up one day and suddenly look worse. It happens quietly. In photos you don't want to post. In mirrors you stop trusting. In the way your face looks tired even when you're not doing much. You tell yourself it's age, stress, bad lighting, genetics. But deep down you feel it's something else, something subtle, something you've been carrying for a long time without noticing. You're doing all the normal things. You're busy, you're functioning, you're getting through your days, and yet there's this sense that you've lost a bit of sharpness, a bit of presence, a version of yourself that used to feel more alive. What's uncomfortable is that no one points it out. It just slowly shows up in how you move, how you hold yourself, how you're seen, and how you see yourself. And here's the part most people miss. What if the reason you look worse isn't something obvious or dramatic, but a set of quiet habits you've normalized? Habits that are shaping you every single day without asking for permission? Your face doesn't change first. Your body does. You carry tension without realizing it, in your jaw, your shoulders, your breath. It becomes your default state even when nothing is actually wrong. And over time, that constant tightness starts to show. This matters because tension reshapes how you look at rest. Your face holds strain instead of ease. Your posture closes in on itself. Your presence feels guarded, not because you're unhappy, but because your body never fully lets go. You can see it in small moments, sitting at your desk with your shoulders raised, walking while holding your breath, clenching your jaw while scrolling, thinking, or waiting. None of it feels dramatic. It just feels normal. But when tension becomes normal, ease starts to disappear. And people don't read tension as strength. They read it as tiredness, as heaviness, as someone carrying more than they need to. You don't look worse because something is wrong with you. You look worse because your body has forgotten what relaxed feels like. Looking worse doesn't always come from doing too little. Sometimes it comes from being tired all the time and calling it normal. When exhaustion becomes your baseline, it quietly dulls everything. Your eyes lose clarity. Your expression flattens. Your energy drops before you even speak. And the more you push through it, the more your body adapts to running empty. You can notice this when rest never feels like rest. You sleep, but still wake up heavy. You take breaks, but don't feel restored. You move through the day on autopilot, just trying to get through instead of feeling present. This matters because exhaustion shows before you realize it does. Not in dramatic ways, but in how little life is left in your face. When tired becomes normal, vitality slowly disappears. And no amount of effort can fake it. How you speak to yourself doesn't stay inside your head. It settles into your face. That quiet, constant self-criticism. The way you judge how you look, how you're doing, how you should be better by now. It creates a subtle tension you carry everywhere. Even when you're not saying anything out loud, your expression holds it. This matters because your face reflects your inner dialogue. When your mind is always correcting, comparing, or pointing out flaws, your features tighten, your eyes become guarded, your presence shrinks slightly, as if you're bracing for judgment that's already happening internally. You can see it in moments like catching your reflection and immediately scanning for what's wrong, or replaying conversations, wondering how you came across. Over time, that constant self-monitoring shows, not as ugliness, but as a lack of ease. And ease is what people are naturally drawn to. Being busy doesn't mean being present, and absence has a look. When you live on autopilot, your body shows up, but your attention doesn't. Your eyes glaze over slightly, your movements lose intention. You're technically there, but something about you feels distant, like you're always halfway somewhere else. This matters because presence is what gives someone weight. When you're mentally elsewhere, your expression softens in the wrong way. Not relaxed, but unfocused. People don't feel grounded around you because you're not grounded inside yourself. You can notice this when you're doing things automatically. Eating without tasting, walking without noticing where you are, listening but already thinking about what's next. None of it feels harmful, it just quietly disconnects you from your own body. And when you're disconnected long enough, it shows. Not in your features, but in your energy. You don't look worse because you've changed. You look worse because you're not fully here. Your body is always communicating, even when you're not trying to say anything. And posture is one of the loudest signals. When you spend your days collapsed inward, Shoulders rounded, chest closed, breath shallow. Your body starts to look smaller. Not weaker, just less open, less confident, less alive. And over time, that becomes how you're seen. This matters because posture doesn't just affect how others perceive you. It affects how you feel inside your own body. Shallow breathing keeps your nervous system slightly tense. A closed posture tells your brain to stay guarded, and that constant low-level tension drains the natural ease from your expression. You can see this in simple habits. Sitting hunched over your phone, standing with your weight sunk forward, breathing from your chest instead of your belly. None of it feels intentional, it just happens. But when your body spends most of its time folded inward, it starts to look tired before you even speak. Not because you are tired, but because your body hasn't been given space to fully expand. Comparison rarely announces itself. It slips in quietly and settles into how you carry yourself. When you're constantly measuring yourself against others, their looks, their progress, their confidence, something subtle happens. Your posture tightens, your gaze lowers, your presence shrinks just a little, even if you don't consciously feel insecure. This matters because comparison doesn't motivate you to become better. It trains your body to feel behind. And when your nervous system believes you're behind, it moves cautiously. It holds back. That hesitation shows in your face, in your stance, in how fully you take up space. You can notice this after scrolling for a few minutes too long. You close the app, but your energy feels slightly dimmer. Or when you're around someone you think is doing better, and you suddenly feel smaller without knowing why. Nothing was said, nothing happened, but your body reacted. Over time, constant comparison teaches you to exist in reference to others instead of grounded in yourself. And people don't respond to who you're comparing yourself to. They respond to how solid you feel where you are. Waiting to become a better version of yourself quietly changes how you treat yourself right now. When you tell yourself you'll fix things later, when life slows down, when you're more confident, when you finally feel ready, you start withholding care in the present. You don't fully show up in your body. You don't stand the way you could. You don't meet your own gaze with respect. And over time, that delay becomes visible. This matters because self-respect isn't something you unlock in the future. It's something your body responds to immediately. When you keep postponing it, your posture softens. Your energy drops. You begin to look like someone who's waiting instead of living. You can see this in small choices. Ignoring discomfort because you'll deal with it later. Putting off basic care until you deserve it. Moving through your day like the real version of you hasn't arrived yet. None of it feels dramatic. It just slowly dims how you show up. And the truth is, the version of you you're waiting for is built from how you treat yourself now. When respect is always postponed, your body learns to stay small, and that's what people see. If this feels uncomfortable to hear, that's not a bad sign. It means you're noticing something you weren't meant to rush past. None of these habits mean you're failing or broken. They're patterns you learned while trying to cope, stay afloat, or keep up. And patterns don't disappear through self-criticism. They change through awareness and consistency. You're becoming the kind of person who moves with more ease, who carries less tension, who doesn't need to earn rest or confidence through exhaustion. The kind of person who looks better not because they're trying harder, but because they're no longer fighting themselves. You don't need to fix everything at once. Just notice one habit today, one moment where your body tightens, where comparison shows up, where you pull away from yourself. Pause there. That pause is already a shift. And if this way of thinking feels grounding, this channel is where we keep exploring it. Quietly, honestly, one small change at a time.